Hi everyone, welcome to another Friday craft session. We hope you're enjoying your summer reading challenge so far, because we've got another super silly craft for you today, making some very loudmouth animal puppets. Once you've made one, you'll want to make all sorts of different animals. So let's get our colouring pens ready and get making. First thing you'll need to do is gather your materials. So we're using a thin piece of card or paper, a ruler, a glue stick, pair of scissors, and do make sure you've got adult supervision before you start using those, some colouring pens and a pencil. First thing to do is to fold your piece of paper. So we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to fold each flap back on itself. And then flip it over and fold the other side. So now when you open that out, what you've got is a piece of paper with 4 distinct sections. So next we're going to draw the outline of our panda. So get your ruler and mark out 10 centimetres. That's going to be how wide our panda's face is, and then draw a line going from just before the top of your paper to just before the bottom. And do the same on the other side. So now you have 2 parallel lines. And we're going to draw a semicircle at the top and at the bottom. So we're basically drawing a rectangle and just rounding off the top of our shape, just like that. And then round off the other side. So what you've got is a long rectangle with a rounded top and bottom. Next we're going to start with our face. So I'm going to show you how to draw a panda. So we'll start with semicircles for ears that come around the corners. You want one on both sides. Like that. And then we're going to draw his nose. So the nose shape is a bit like a love heart, but it's flattened at the bottom, and you don't want the nose to come any lower down than that folded mark. Like that. And then to draw his nostrils, if you think of it like the number 9, so we're going to start at the bottom and curve up and round, and it's like a number 9. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Curve up and around to make a backwards 9. And there you have his nose. So next we're going to do the eyes. So they're just as simple as drawing a little circle and then a bigger circle around it. And they're called concentric circles because they're inside each other. We'll do the same on the other side. Now, we all know the most distinctive feature as a panda are their patches. So we're going to draw 2 wobbly patches around the eyes. These aren't any shape in particular. They're just like a blob that covers that section of their face. Don't forget to put the inside of the ears in as well. That's 2 more semicircles. And then finally, we'll draw some little circles here on his cheeks, just for some added detail. Okay, so that's his face done. Next we're going to move on to the mouth section. So start off by getting your ruler again. The mouth section is going to be the two middle pieces. So draw a line just inside that right hand edge and another line just inside that left hand edge. And then turn your paper around and do the same along the bottom. So you want to make sure you're drawing it just inside the fold so that when the mouth is closed you can't see anything that's inside. So now what you'll have is your full panda face with a rectangle shape on the inside. I'm going to start off by drawing his teeth. Now I'm just going to do a U shape for each tooth, but if you were doing a different animal you could make them sharp and pointy, like if you were making a shark. We'll do the same on the bottom. Okay, so there our panda's got some teeth so he can chew that bamboo. And next we're going to draw the tongue. Now, just like when you drew the nose, the tongue is like a love heart shape. But when you get round to the bottom, just round it off. And then come back up like that. And then you can extend that line in the middle a little bit. And that's the panda's tongue. And then for the inside of the mouth, just draw a circle and then a slightly smaller circle, because that will be the inside of his throat. And that's it, that's your panda all drawn. So the next thing to do is to colour it in, and then we'll cut it out. Okay, now that your panda is looking beautiful, we're going to cut him out. So our final job is to make the handles for the back. So using that scrap piece of paper that you've just cut off, get your ruler and draw out a roughly 12 centimetre section. You want it to be about 4 centimetres wide. And this doesn't have to be perfect either, but do ask your adult for help if you need it. Cut that in half and you'll have 2 paper strips. Now we're going to fold the edges over to make little tabs and do the same with the other one. Now, flip your panda over and get your glue stick. Put a little bit of glue on each tab. And you want to place it one on each of the middle panels, so that's the panel where the mouth is. And if you can get it to have a little curve in it as well, that's great, that means your hand will fit in. And do the same with the bottom one. You might just want to hold them there for a little bit while the glue dries. Okay, so then you can flip over your panda, fold it in half, and then fold the 2 face pieces out again so that when it's shut you've got a normal panda face. And then if you put your hands through the back, you can make a super silly puppet. And once you've made your panda, you could make all sorts of silly animals, like a frog, a giraffe, or even a unicorn. We hope you enjoy making your very own silly squad super silly puppet.